Hi, I'm Leah from Back to Basics, and today I'm doing a short video on how to introduce a new pet to your dog pack. It's best to do this when your dog is in a relatively calm state, because it'll be easier for them to maintain a state of calmness rather than you having to work hard to bring them down to it. It's helpful as well if the pet that you're introducing can also be relatively calm, because their emotional state will affect the emotional state of the dog as well. In terms of how you introduce, it's best to take the approach of holding the new pet if it's a small animal. I'm lucky today, it's a small animal. I have a pet rat coming to stay with me. So you'd hold the rat above the dog so that physically two things will happen. The rat will feel less vulnerable, so won't be as panicked, and also psychologically for the dog, if a dog is trying to jostle for a higher position in hierarchy, then they will go through a little dance where they try and place parts of their body above the position of another dog. So psychologically for a dog, then it's quite important as well. In terms of when you introduce as well, you'd need to maintain everything calm. So as you're introducing, you wouldn't bring it in saying, "Oh, what's this? What's this?" Because that will just get your dog excited, and that's negative. The most respectful way that you can ask your dog to be in the area surrounding the new pet is to give it distance. So if they don't automatically give distance, then you have to advocate for the new pet and ask them to stay at a certain distance. I would roughly recommend about 1 meter away from you. If you look at your dog's body language, and if they're too excited or fixated, then you'd ask for a further bubble of space between you and them, and wait until they're calmer to invite them slowly closer. I wouldn't let them sniff at the first visit. Just smelling from a distance so you can see their head moving and sniffing, that's allowed, and that's just a bit of curiosity and getting used to the new smells and things, so that's good. But I wouldn't let them come directly up to the new pet to sniff just yet. So we're going to meet Coco. Okay, so I've just come downstairs and I've got Coco, so I'm going to ask these to give more space. So I do that by walking towards them, and that gives me 1 meter. That's good, she's sat down, so she's not particularly interested. Their eye contact is nice and soft, so I'll allow them to stay that distance from me because they're not too fixated, but I won't let them come closer. I just want them to get to know the scent of the new pet at a safe distance. This is fun. And then that's lovely, perfect. And then I'll sit down, bringing the rats to a lower level. They're yawning, they're quite disinterested. If you make it a boring introduction, then they're not going to be too over-enthusiastic and want to do damage to the poor little creature. So what you need is a calm dog, and this is exactly how you achieve it. If you make it too much of an exciting introduction, then that's when you're more likely to have incidents happen. So again, if there's too much interest, you just walk towards them, and ask them to give space again. And then just keep repeating until they get the idea. So they're just not allowed closer than 1 meter. So I keep doing this for about a week to 2 weeks, and then you can start decreasing the distance, because they'll have both got to know their scents very well and be quite comfortable in each other's company, until eventually you can let them sniff. Then eventually when they do go on the floor, again 1 meter for safety, until they can come closer without there be any risk of any incidents.